So here is chapter number 3, effects of British rule. We have just recently finished this chapter. So I hope these concepts are clear to you. So let us quickly summarize what we have done. Um, Entry of the British. Now, how did Britishers got entry? Three wars were fought. That is, three Anglo-Maratha wars were fought. And Raghunath Rao, with his greed means lalach, he wanted to become a Peshwa. So he sought help of the Britishers, and from there the three Anglo wars started, and Britishers got chance to enter in our country. Subsidiary alliance. We all know what a subsidiary alliance. That is, a union or association was formed between East India Company and the European states, where there were certain terms and conditions. It was for their benefits. उनके फ़ायदे के लिए those things were being set up by them. Then what was their conditions? Like, for example, they should keep army, British army in their court. They should be paid in cash, etc. All these things, and without the permission of the Britishers, they should not go to fight for any other power, etc. So these were the certain conditions put forth in the subsidiary alliance. Next comes dual government. This was set up, that is, effects of when the system was being set up by the Britishers. So dual governments, two type of government, where one, land revenue was given to EIC, means East India Company. I have just written the short form, you don't write the short form. East India Company. So a collection of money was given to which? East Indian Company. And peace and order, only who have to look? Nawab have to look. And who introduced this dual government? Robert Clive. In regulating act, the governor of Bengal became the governor general of India. That was Lord Warren Hastings. He became the governor general of India, and he started controlling the powers of Bombay and Madras. Then Pitt's India Act, that is a board of control was being started, so that to assist the East India Company, means to look after how to control all those things, just like Ashtapradhan Mandal. We know in 8th standard we have done this. Shivaji wanted to have smooth functioning in his administration, so he introduced Ashtapradhan Mandal. So Pitt's India Act, also a board of control was being formed in order to look after East India Company. Then, as I told you, four pillars of as we have pillars of history here, pillars for the British administrations were also there. That is military, the police officers, the police force, and the judicial systems, etc., and the civil service. Competitive exams are taken. That is, if you want to enter into civil services, there are different competitive exams. One of the exam is ICS, that is Indian Civil Service Exam. There are IS, etc. So many exams are there that we'll be studying in civics chapter. So these exams are to be given if you want to enter into the civil service. These are the competitive exam for the entrance of civil service. Then judicial system, they made judicial system, and it was based on the principle of equality of law, but they did not follow the same thing. They kept separate laws for the Indian people and the foreign Britishers. So separate courts were there. So this was just kind of injustice which was being followed. Then land revenue, as we spoke about land revenue, how was the condition of land revenue before British rule? That is, the land revenue was collected on the basis of crops. Then there was no confiscation of land, जब्त नहीं करते थे. Then even if there is some famine or droughts, or they couldn't give, their land revenue was excused. It was given excuse. But when Britishers came, they fixed the timing, and tax was fixed on based of area, and if they are unable to pay, their land was being confiscated, etc. This we saw. And then what farmers started doing, they started keeping their land girvi rakhna, and they started taking money. But if once they were not able to repay the money, they used to sell their land. So that became, farmers were exploited by money lenders, then government, landlords, and merchants also. So they were forced to sell the products in the less price for the middleman, etc. Then commercialization of agriculture talks about, that is food grains. First farmer used to grow food grains, but then Britishers encouraged them to go for the cash crops, that is indigo, tobacco, tea, cotton, because it was more beneficial and profitable for them. So that was the main. They started cash crop, and that is called commercialization of agriculture. Transport and communication, certain good things which were done for the convenience of their trade. उनका trade जल्द से जल्द हो गया. A first train was started from Mumbai and Thane in 1853. Then telegraph system also started where people got connected with each other. Then they also introduced postal services. Then decline of traditional industries, that is what I told you, when they started putting heavy tax for the export and import, there was less tax. That is, I told you, I gave you example of Shivaji Maharaj when I was teaching about the salt. सो जो चीज़ें अपने देश से दूसरे देश में जाते थे तब हेवी टैक्स लगाते थे. सो फार्मर्स डिड नॉट गेट एनी थिंग फ्रॉम इट, बट द गुड्स विच वर कमिंग फ्रॉम अदर कंट्री, उनका टैक्स कम था, and that is why British profit they became profitable, and due to this traditional industries closed down. And then comes development, decline and development of industries means new things came. There were certain good Indian educated Indians who started new factories. That is Kawasji Nanobhai. He started first cotton textile mill. Then first jute mill was being started at Rishra, Bengal. Then Jamshedji Tata, Iron and Steel Company. So these were the Indian educated Indian businessmen who, though there was lot of struggle, but still they did not, but they came up and they set up their own industries. Then social life, laws of reformation. Laws of reformation means we saw how people learned about their own. There were some educated Indians, उन्होंने अपने religion, अपने धर्म के बारे में सीखा. They got inspired by Max Muller. He was a German thinker, and they started studying their own religion, history and tradition. Reformation means Lord William Bentinck, he stopped sati practice. You know what is sati practice? I have told you in the last video. A woman has to jump into the burning fire after the death of her husband. And Lord Dalhousie, he passed an act called widow remarriage, where vidva, a widow, who is a widow, a woman whose husband is died, we say her widow. So widow remarriage, so she was allowed to get married again. So these are the changes, these are the things which were done by the British, and certain good effects were also there and certain bad effects were also there for our country. I hope this chapters what we have revised is clear. Please solve the assignment, not assignment, revision papers which I'll be uploading. Okay, thank you students. Stay safe.